Welcome to the Rudick Report. Today is Wednesday, November 12, 2025. Guys, today is an important day for Ripple and XRP with the launch of the Canary Capital ETF. With Canary Capital's ETF, it marks a pivotal moment for Ripple's native token XRP, unlocking institutional access and fueling bullish momentum. With NASDAQ certification expected at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time today, the ETF will begin trading tomorrow morning, Thursday, November 13, 2025, ushering XRP into the regulated financial mainstream. This is a monumental day. Make no mistake about it. What sets this ETF apart is its spot structure. Unlike futures-based products, the XRP ETF holds actual XRP tokens, giving investors direct exposure to the asset's real-time market price. This is critical for institutions seeking transparent, regulated access to XRP without the complexity of wallets, private keys, or crypto exchanges. It opens the door to 401ks, individual retirement accounts, hedge funds, family offices, and it dramatically expands XRP's reach beyond crypto-native circles. The ETF approval by the U.S. Exchange Commission, the SEC, is more than a regulatory win. It's a validation of XRP's legitimacy in the broader financial ecosystem. Modeled on the XRP USD CCI XPER Reference Rate Index, the fund ensures price tracking accuracy and transparency. With Gemini Trust and BitGo Trust managing digital custody and U.S. Bank handling the fiat reserves, the infrastructure reflects a more serious commitment to compliance and investor protection. Of course, the market reaction has been swift and bullish. XRP surged nearly 10% following the ETF's announcement, with trading volume spiking 40% as investors rush to gain exposure. And analysts are optimistic, projecting short-term price targets of $3, while community sentiment pushes even higher towards $6-10 in speculative forecasts. But even these targets are very conservative. In fact, Ripple CTO David Schwartz has long argued that XRP cannot remain cheap if it's to fulfill its role in global finance. As he famously explained, it can't be dirt cheap. That doesn't make any sense. If XRP costs $1, they need 1 million XRP, which would cost $1 million. If XRP costs $1 million, they need 1 XRP, which would again cost $1 million. The takeaway is that higher valued XRP enables more efficient, lower cost transactions. If XRP is to serve as a global bridge currency, facilitating trillions in daily settlements, it must carry enough value per unit to minimize slippage and streamline liquidity provisioning. This logic rebuffs lowball forecasts, of course, and reframes XRP's validation as a function of utility, scale, and institutional adoption. With the ETF going live and Ripple's payment rails expanding across 45 countries, price appreciation isn't just likely, it's necessary. Targets in the $10, $100 plus range are not hype. They're aligned with the math of global liquidity. So beyond price, the XRP's ETF enhances XRP's liquidity, visibility, and credibility. It positions XRP alongside Bitcoin and Ethereum in the regulated ETF space, a milestone that reshapes its narrative from controversial altcoin to the mainstream digital asset. For long-term holders and advocates, this is the kind of infrastructure that supports sustained appreciation, not just speculative spikes. So in short, Canary Capital's XRP ETF is more than a product. It's a strategic lever for XRP's ascent. It simplifies access, legitimizes the asset, and opens the floodgates for institutional capital. If Ripple continues to build on this momentum, XRP could finally realize the valuation many have long envisioned. Until next time, this is the Rudick Report.